Hello, beautiful people. My name is Athol, and this is the Chain of Seduction. And this episode is just going to be a sort of an all-purpose catch-up, what I'm doing, what I'm thinking today, and where things are. So in general, when you look at this YouTube channel, you do not see thousands upon thousands of subscribers. The videos are not getting millions upon millions of views. But what they actually are doing for me is starting to really convert into getting more coaching calls. And to put it into context, if I get one coaching call off of doing a video, it's worth the equivalent of about 150, maybe 200,000 views compared to the money I would earn from AdSense and having ads on the video. So even if a video has, 100 to 200 views, if it turns into one coaching call, I'm doing fantastically well, and it's exciting, and it's empowering. But anyway, lots of calls. They tend to be front-loaded in my week. I tend to do most of them Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, some Thursday, maybe Friday if it's some sort of emergency thing. So it's Wednesday night. I've been busy, and I'm kind of lagging behind on getting them all caught up and the transcripts turned into blog posts on AskAtholAnything.com. I will catch up to them though. It is kind of fun writing. I do like that part. So I'm playing catch up and I'm a little tired. But the thought that I really had today, and I woke up with this, and I'd been kind of mulling on this problem for about a good 4 or 5 days. Because when I said, a couple of weeks back, I'm going all in on the Chain of Seduction model, like that's going to be on the tombstone, this is what it's all going to be about. And I felt good about that. And part of that model and the thought is everything turns into one all-purpose branding. It is the Chain of Seduction everything. And one of the things I did was change my name in Google. So it would show up on the channel name. It would show up when I'm leaving comments places. So people can be immediately intrigued and click through and look at things. So I changed my name to Athol K hyphen the Chain of Seduction. And that was great. I didn't fully realize it was going to change my name in my primary Gmail account. And there were a couple times I used email and it went to people and it shows up my name is Athol K hyphen the Chain of Seduction. And for some people, if they're using their personal email or their work email, or it's just like I just had this not embarrassed but just slightly icky feeling of, oh, this is potentially awkward for someone on the other end. This is going to be potentially embarrassing. Yeah, and it just didn't feel right. But then I've said, I'm all in on the Chain of Seduction, here it comes. But I still felt awkward about it. And I do worry that there's a certain cross-section of people who are going to be initially offended or have a negative reaction to it. It's certainly nowhere near as bad as some of the negative reactions to Married Man's Sex Life. I have had a number of automatic, what the hell is this, reactions from guys' wives when they discovered it. Chain of Seduction, not quite so much. So anyway, the thought that I kind of sort of woke up with this morning, and certainly when I was having the shower this morning, it was just running through my head, is that probably the better name is Relationship Momentum. That is one of the primary thoughts that drives the whole Chain of Seduction model. Everything is about how do you get a +1 event from each of these 6 links? How do you get +1s? How do you minimize -1s? How do you stop the fights about nothing? How do you create relationship momentum? So it's slightly less, it's less edgy. It may have a slightly less of a hook and intriguement, especially to the guys who are looking to get laid, looking to have sex. That's their primary problem. How do I get the sex from the relationship? But it removes that potential stigma where you then have to explain something and get over something. So yeah, really thinking more and more. I'm probably going to do it, but I got to overthink everything. More and more thinking about relationship momentum as the overall brand name. I can see it going a lot more places, a lot easier. It's not immediately potentially offensive. And that's actually really important. I mean, take a concept that's out there like, shit tests. You tell a woman she is shit testing, or you tell her that she is shit testing her husband, she immediately gets angry, she immediately gets defensive, and she is immediately upset and offended by all of this. You explain what fitness testing is, and it's exactly the same concept as shit testing. If you explain what the fitness testing is, more often than not, you get the sense of, yeah, I kind of do that. I do that once in a while. I don't really mean to, but sometimes, yes. So the words matter. Even concepts like alpha and beta, they were really helpful terms at the beginning. They were really helpful terms that have made things clear and easy to understand. And now, people start equating alpha and beta with potentially different things that I am meaning, and there's some women that have an incredibly negative view of alpha males. They just think they're all douchebags and idiots. And then you have to start explaining the terms and defining them and defending them, and that shortcuts and curtails so much of your initial communication, where the concepts of attraction and comfort are immediately understood, and at the end of the day, they mean the same damn thing as alpha and beta. It is just so much easier to say attraction and comfort. It's so much easier to say fitness testing, and I'm pretty much thinking, maybe I'm an idiot, but why didn't I think of this before now? But relationship momentum is probably a whole lot easier to say than the chain of seduction, even though it's exactly the same thing. So, that's my thought for the day. I know if you're following this channel, you must be getting sick of the derailments. I have 3 more videos. I have the three last links in the chain of seduction. I'm still going to keep calling them the chain of seduction just to get through this bit, but then I will probably just all call it relationship momentum. I have that on my tombstone. So, I'm tired, I'm a little punchy, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Catch you later.